The Holy Book, Bible, Scriptures, book or scroll, the Holy Book, the very words from our Creator to everyone on this earth. The three great religions all recognize this book as being from the Almighty on high. Judaism, Christianity, and Muslims, yet not one of them follows the words in this book, but many times their own desires. Judea was given the Scriptures first to take to the world, but instead jealousy, keeping it to themselves, lording it over others and keeping what they hid from the world, using other writings to explain the laws and commands, then following certain commands over others at their own choosing, or expanding on commands beyond what was required. The leaders doing what their heart desires to hold it over their own people, giving them the power. Christians take what they call the Old Testament. That's the Holy Scriptures, the book which the Messiah quoted from, and the Christians said it was fulfilled, contrary to what the Messiah has said. Then they went with the New Testament, which is letters from men, witnesses who used only the Holy Scriptures, the Old Testament, contradiction or being hypocritical. But again, Christian leaders doing what they desire to make the world bend to their ideas. Again, having the power over the people. Muslims recognize the Holy Book and the failings of the Jews, their brothers, that were to spread it to the world. They saw the importance of the book. Even today they use important names to name places, people, out of that book, yet otherwise choose to ignore the book and its writings for another. And again, doing what they wished to desire, not following the words in the Holy Book. And it shows even today the power a small few hold over their people. Then you have the doubters, looking at the three, seeing through them, and saying, if this is religion, I don't want any part of it. Seeing the hypocrisy of people and blaming it all on the Almighty. But then again, not bothering to look at the book to see what it really says. Why? Why on earth are people just rejecting, ignoring, and just plain refusing the words of the book from our Father in heaven? Yet profess one way or the other that they are followers of the Almighty, the true believers. But all cannot be true believers, or is something else going on? This book is simple reading. You do not have to make up things when you do not understand a certain verse, or need to listen to others of their imaginations of what the verse meant or not. The book is not in error, never has been, but translators, commentators, and scholars alike have put their assumptions into this book, with many very valuable works, and they are needed, but have a tendency to shy away from the truth. That's why study is a must. Look at the market of books that tell you everything about religion, prayer, and how you should take Scripture or not. Tons upon tons of material, and as the saying goes, 99 9/10% in their own desire to explain a truth. Or is it error? Or as Scripture says, let every man be a liar. Does that mean there is no help for certain people in some of these books? No, not at all. But they should only be a stepping stone and not the roadmap to the Bible. Everything being explained. The words of our Father are clean and simple. Even the Messiah said, take up his load, that it was light. Some Scripture can be hard, but whose fault is that? The religious leaders, scholars, translators, and the people? Our Father is not one of confusion. The Old Testament said something straight and true. But by the time the Messiah came, they had laid such a heavy burden on the people. He did not say, do different than what the Scriptures said, but showed a better way. An example, eye for an eye, or tooth for a tooth. Which you could do, but the better way was turn the other cheek and let it go. The writings that followed the Messiah, the New Testament, expanded onto the truth of the Holy Scriptures. Yet the world's three great look at that book, hiding messages, secret sayings, or just plain ignoring the book and its truth. One calls the other pagan or infidel. And finally, the lost, ridiculing each other and worse. I tell you, he is not going to put up this world much longer, taking his words and twisting and hiding them instead of listening to what his words have to say. Being our guide, bringing us as children closer to our Father and to his Son, Yeshua. Everyone has a Bible or can get one. Read it yourselves. Not what others tell you, it says, but read it. This has been presented to you by servantsofyeshua.com. You can email us at dan@servantsofyeshua.com or ron@servantsofyeshua.com.